Cheers and good evening. Julie Ellender here with another episode about art journaling. Are you happy? Because I'm happy. I hope you're happy. And on this episode, I'm going to show you guys how to make a symmetrical butterfly using a few key items. So watch and learn. Hey you guys, happy 4th of July officially. So I'm sure you guys can hear the fireworks going off behind me. We decided not to partake in fireworks because we have a little one. So I'm at home and I thought, why not try to come up with something fun for you guys? So here I am. So what I'm doing tonight is I'm going to make a butterfly, attempt to, using wax paper and using some acrylic paint. So what I'm going to go ahead and do first is I'm going to fold this in half and make a nice little crease. There we go. Well, that's a perfect crease right there. And I'm going to just put paint on one side. You guys may have done this before. I don't know. I don't know what you do in your spare time, but this was something that I did in art class as a kid, and I always thought it was fun. I'm just gonna daub paint there, and I'm gonna get some yellow, and I'm just gonna, because this is fluid, I'm just gonna make a line and knock over my other paint. Ooh, they are popping some firecrackers. And on top of firecrackers, it's also thundering. Lovely. Okay, we're gonna put some white in here. Get rid of that little blob. And I'm gonna go ahead and do a thin line. You know what? I'm actually going to wait to do that part. Let's do this first. Okay. So, don't you love the decision making? Oh my goodness. Don't you guys love the decision making process in the middle of a video? It's really fun. Okay. Fold. There's my crease. And now mash, 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 mash. Mash, mash, mash. Do, 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 do. I'm looking at this. I think I need some black in there. Yeah. I need some black paint for sure. It's a little too bright. Open this back up. Tell me, what do you see? Well, that should be enough for now. Okay, let's fold that back over. La 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 la. Bad part about having these fireworks going off, you can hear them, but you can't see them here because of all the trees. Okay, smash, 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 smash. La 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 la. Okay, let's open that back up. Oh, how pretty. Now, it doesn't matter if this doesn't create a butterfly shape. It doesn't have to, because once this dries, I'm going to fold it back up and cut it out into a butterfly shape. If you don't know what I'm talking about, you will soon find out. If you didn't make a straight line down the middle, that's just fine. You're gonna fold it up anyway and it'll get on both sides, so don't panic. And I'm only gonna lightly mash that. Okay, let's see how that turned out. Well, that is quite cool looking. Very Rorschach, like it. All right, so now I'm going to dry this with my heat tool, and hopefully it won't be too gummy. I may have to leave this to dry overnight before I can cut it, because sometimes you think that acrylic is dry and it's not. So we're gonna try this out. Okay, so now that this is about 90% dry, while waiting for a good bit of this to dry with my heat gun, it bubbled up a little bit in some places, but that's okay. I had a pretty good idea, and we're gonna try this and hope that it works. So in order to fold this back up without it having to stick to itself, which I find happens a lot with acrylic, really no matter what kind it is, acrylic on acrylic always tends to stick to itself. So I'm gonna lay another piece of wax paper over this, and I'm gonna fold it up along that same crease that I made earlier. And I'm also, let's try this again. Well, it kind of stuck. See, this is why I make these videos, so you guys can watch my mistakes and hopefully not make the same mistakes that I made. I'm gonna dry this part really quick. Okay, that should be good enough. Okay, I'm gonna fold this, and I'm also gonna do something else. I'm gonna take some masking tape. I just realized that my southern accent may have fallen out. I call this masking tape, not masking tape. It's just about as bad as me saying oil instead of oil. I'm sure you guys are laughing at me. I'd laugh at me too. So anyway, I'm gonna take my masking tape, and I'm gonna tape this right here. And the reason that I'm doing this is so it doesn't have a whole lot of movement while I am cutting it, because that tends to happen to me quite a bit when I'm cutting two pieces of paper. It tends to move, and it always worries the dickens out of me that it's not gonna work like I want it to. My dad gave me this big block of wood here. I was actually going to do some artwork on it, but it came in handy more for using an X-Acto knife, because I don't want to cut on my actual desk. Okay, so let's hope this works. And it doesn't. Okay, that's just not working, so I guess we're just gonna have to use scissors. Again, the reason why I do these videos so you guys can watch my mistakes and not do the same thing that I do. Okay, so I'm gonna cut this out and I'll be right back, because I know you guys don't want to watch that. Okay, I'm back. And I cut it out. I'm just gonna do this really quick. This little corner is bothering me. Ooh, those fireworks are loud. Okay. See, I'm so glad that I put that little piece of wax paper in between. Otherwise this would be sticking and ripping like nobody's business. All right, and there's the butterfly. Actually looks more like a moth, but whatever. My defunct little butterfly, my B-52 butterfly. So the question is, what do you do with this now? Well, since it's still a little tacky, I'm gonna let this dry overnight, and what I'll do is I will flip this over some sort of sticky substance on the back, and I'll place this in my art journal and probably do something festive all around it. But you know, I think this is really pretty. You know, this, I don't really care for the way that I cut it out. I'm always having a hard time getting the pattern of the butterfly wings symmetrical when I'm working in my art journal, and this, you know, this is pretty symmetrical. You know, it works, so I'm pretty happy about that. There's only a few spots that aren't the same, but nothing is ever perfect, and I don't ever expect it to be, and I'm not gonna pitch a hissy fit because it's not perfect. But I think that makes it all the more special. I hope you guys liked what I did here with my butterfly slash moth. That's a pretty daggum big butterfly. Okay, so I did another one, and this time I did it on tracing paper with some Delusion spray ink. This is cut grass, vibrant turquoise, and lemon zest. And I just sprayed it down the middle, folded it up, and used my handy dandy, really dirty brayer. I need to clean that. Any suggestions on how to clean a brayer with dried paint on it, let me know. I'd really appreciate it if you guys could leave that in the comments, because I can't seem to get any of this stuff off of here. My fault for letting it dry. But anyway, so this is a really fun project to do with your itty bitties if you decide to do this with your kids. Just two things I wanted to tell y'all. I tried to do the acrylic on the tracing paper, and when I pulled the tracing paper apart, it ripped. So acrylic on tracing paper, probably not the best idea. I would stick to the wax paper instead. That way it won't rip or tear as easily, if at all. And the other thing is be aware of how much paint that you're putting down the middle, because it can cause a spillage when you fold it up and flatten it out. It'll spill out over the sides, and I don't want you guys getting paint on your carpet or wherever you decide to do this. So I just dot with enough spaces in between, and I'll run my hand up and I'll run my hand to the side to flatten it out, and that way it's going up and over and not just all the way over and spilling out. So anyway, so this was a really fun project. I'm gonna continue to do these because this came out really pretty. I really like this little psychedelic look that's going on. So anyway. Well, I hope this turns out well for you guys. Feel free to give me a thumbs up and subscribe if you don't mind. And I will be back really soon with another fun idea. Bye.